The village where hope ends. Far beyond the crowded cities stood a quiet village called Okuru. It rested beside a dying river that no longer flowed. The land was dry and cracked, and dust moved constantly between the mud houses. In Okuru, mornings no longer brought joy. They brought survival. Women walked long distances every day with empty clay pots searching for water. Children followed weakly behind them, too tired to play. Farmers stood in empty fields, waiting for a rain that never came. Under the largest tree sat Baba Sadiq, an old man whose face carried deep wrinkles of time and hardship. Beside him sat a small boy. "Grandfather, was it always like this?" the boy asked. Baba Sadiq shook his head. "No, this land was once green. People sang during harvest." "Then what happened?" He paused. "People lost hope." Not far away, Ao, a young man with a notebook, listened quietly. "Maybe hope is all we have left," he whispered. Unlike others, Ao refused to accept suffering as normal. Every evening, he wrote plans for a better future. Some villagers mocked him. "What are you always writing?" they asked. "Plans," he said. "For what?" "A better life." They laughed. One day, Kemi, his friend, sat beside him. "You think this village can change?" she asked. "Yes," Ao said. "How?" "Water systems, farming, education." Kemi sighed. "Villages like this kill dreams." Ao looked at her. "No, people kill dreams when they stop believing." The next day, the villagers gathered after another failed harvest. The crops were dead again. Farmer Musa stood in the field. "I worked with faith," he said, "but got nothing." Mama Lami cried quietly. "My child has not eaten properly for days." Ao stepped forward. "What if we restore the old river channels?" The villagers laughed. "With what strength?" one asked. "With our hands," Ao said. They mocked him. "Dreams don't feed us," Bako said. Ao replied calmly, "But giving up will not feed us either." Soon after, a government man, Mr. Adeyemi, arrived. The villagers gathered around him with suspicion. "I am here to inspect your village," he said. And after that, someone asked. "Approval will decide next steps." Ao stepped forward. "We are tired of waiting for approval to live." Mr. Adeyemi watched him closely. Ao added, "Stop studying our suffering. Help end it." Over the next days, Ao showed Mr. Adeyemi the broken land. At the dry riverbed, they stopped. "The soil is still fertile," Mr. Adeyemi said. "Then why is nothing growing?" Ao asked. "It needs irrigation systems." "So everything depends on paperwork," Ao said bitterly. "That is how systems work," he replied. Ao shook his head. "Then the system is broken." Weeks later, the village gathered under the tree. Mr. Adeyemi returned with bad news. The project was rejected. The village exploded in anger and sadness. "They abandoned us," someone shouted. Mama Lami cried. Even Ao felt his hope fading for a moment. But then he spoke loudly. "No, this is not the end." People turned to him. He continued, "If we stop now, nothing changes." That night, Ao gathered the young people. "We cannot keep waiting," he said. "We must act." "What can we do?" Kemi asked. "We rebuild the water channels ourselves." They hesitated. "But we may fail." Ao replied. "Then we fail trying, not giving up." One by one they agreed. The next morning they began digging. The work was hard. The sun was harsh. Their hands hurt and their bodies weakened. People laughed at them at first, but they kept going. "Every shovel of soil," Ao said, "is a step toward change." Slowly, older villagers joined them too. Even the ones who mocked them picked up tools. For the first time, the village worked together. Weeks later, dark clouds gathered. Then rain fell. At first, no one moved. They just watched. Then joy broke out. People cried, danced, and shouted. Children played in the mud. Water filled the restored channels. Baba Sadiq knelt. "The sky has not forgotten us," he said. Kemi looked at Ao. "You did it." Ao shook his head. "No, we did it together." Months later, the village was green again. Crops grew. Children laughed. Life returned. Baba Sadiq watched the fields and said, "The village changed because the people changed first." And from that day, Okara was no longer known for its suffering. It became known as the village where hope bends.